Hey guys, last day of science for this week. Happy Friday to you guys. We've been really building up all week with a lot of different things. Talk about Venn diagrams and comparing and contrasting a lot of different things with Venn diagrams, especially plants and animals. But I really want to focus on another C word, and that's cells. And I kind of want to introduce you to cells. And don't worry, next week we're going to talk even more about cells and kind of how they're made up. And I know we talked about it yesterday, and cells is kind of a new thing, a new concept here in third grade. But believe it or not, it's not new to you at all. You see, you guys have always been made up of cells since you're alive, and every living thing you've ever seen is made up of cells. We just might not have known about them all that much. So let's get to know about them, huh? Just a little bit of review here. We get to the Venn diagrams. You've seen this enough, right? Comparing and contrasting cats and dogs. I just don't want you to forget about this because it's a cool tool to understand how cats and dogs are different, but also how they're the same, how they're compared, right? We talked about this picture and all these living things, the elephants, the zebras, the rhino, the lion. But don't forget about these plants, right? They're alive too. And that's how all living things can be compared. And we also ended the day yesterday with this Venn diagram here. Plants, trees, grass, animals, horses, birds, but they're compared. They're the same because both are living and both are made up of cells. And again, this is really what we need to focus on today is cells. What are they? How exactly do they look? What's going on with cells? We're going to answer that today and especially next week as well. I hope this doesn't scare you, but this is a picture of cells. In fact, this is a picture of skin cells. Believe it or not, if you take a microscope and put it on your skin, on your arm here, this is a lot of what you'd see. These are cells. Every last living thing is made up of cells. Now, I don't know if you caught something here, but cells, in a way, kind of look like bricks, right? If you focus on the bricks in a building, you can see this brick and that brick and that brick, but if you get a lot of bricks together, they make a big, huge, massive, beautiful building. Now, you might see, if you're looking from far away, just one building. But if you look up really, really close, you're going to see all the different individual bricks that make it up. What a lot of scientists might call cells are the building blocks of life. That's literally how life is built. That's how God made us. That's how God designed us, with cells. Now this again, not to scare you, but this is a picture of cells right here. This is what our cells look like under a microscope. If you could look closely enough or with a microscope, this is exactly what you see. But from far away, we just see a person. But every last part of every living creature is made up of cells. We have skin cells, we have eyeball cells, we have lip cells, well, you can take a look at this next slide, right? We have ear cells, we have heart cells. That's actually a real picture of a heart. But this is just amazing how God made us and how God put this in each and one of our cells so that we know an ear cell is going to look like an ear. A heart cell is going to look like a heart. It's going to all work together so they can function as, well, how God designed them. Now you might think of, wait, we're alive and our cells are alive and they build us, or they're the building blocks of us since we're alive. Think about what you need to survive. You know that I don't know why that does that. I'm sorry about that. You know that you need food, right? You need water, and you need air. Everything that your body needs to live is what your cells need to live. And this is what we're going to talk about later. I'm talking like a couple months later in science, but how God designed our bodies so incredibly to get every last cell food, water, and air. I'll give you a little spoiler alert. It kind of starts with you chewing and goes through your digestive system, and it works together with your circulatory system, with your bloodstream. And it's just amazing how God made us. And every living creature that's alive is made up of cells. Yes, even plants. Now again, they don't, unfortunately, can't eat a beautiful BLT like this here, but God designed their cells to make their own food. This is something we'll talk later, and that's about a month away when we talk about cells. When we talk about plants and the differences there. But this is just incredible, guys, when you really think about how God made us, how God made cells, which you might not even have known about, except for a week or so ago. And again, this is a good point of how you've had cells ever since you were born. In fact, even when you're in your mother's womb. But God also has our cells grow, right? That's why we have a cute little baby, and their cells grow, and they become a teenager or adolescent, and they become an adult, and then they become an older man. It's amazing how God made our cells and how they grow. It's a special scientific word called mitosis, but it's just amazing how God made it. And next week, we're going to talk about how all these different things that God put in our cells so that they know how to grow, and again, how an ear cell is an ear, and a heart cell helps the heart, and everything like that. It's pretty amazing. I hope you guys can handle this, but no assignment. First Friday of the year. I know that this was just a whole lot of stuff thrown at you guys, brand new stuff with cells and all these different things with cells. It's just pretty incredible. Please don't get used to this with no assignment, but do get ready for next week for a full week of assignments. Still continue to talk about plants and animals, and especially focusing on cells. It's going to be pretty fun. Looking forward to next week, guys. Have a very wonderful day. Have a very wonderful weekend. If you're looking for some more stuff to do, I have this also in your flash drive. This is a video just of a guy. Really all he's doing is drawing a plant cell, but kind of cool. Check it out if you have some time, guys. Hey, Lord's blessings, and have a great day and weekend.